What's going on, guys? It's Michael Behrens, and today I'm on my way to the gym with my sister Sydney.
Hello.
We're about to do a workout. This is more of like an active rest day for me, so I'm just going to be doing some mobility stuff and work on some flexibility, stretching, and yeah, just some squatting and cleans and all that. So right now we're on our way to Starbucks, and I got one of these things. I don't know if you guys have ever got these, but if you get 5 Grande holiday drinks, you get one free. But I got my first 4 stickers just by getting a black coffee, like my normal pre-workout stuff. I went there for my fifth sticker. They said that I had to get a holiday drink, which I never got before. They just gave me the 4 stickers just by getting black coffee. So I got a holiday drink yesterday, $6 for a Grande. I'm like, I can't believe people actually buy this stuff, but we're on our way right now to get the free one since I got the 5th one. So that one $6 drink, I guess, whatever, deal with it. Yeah, I don't know what to get, so surprise you guys in a little bit.
No, I would get like the caramel brulee latte.
Alright, got it. It has to be a Grande.
Okay, we're ready.
You alright going ahead?
Okay, can I have a caramel brulee latte, a grande, please?
Alright, so I just got this Grande caramel brulee. Is that what it's called? Caramel brulee? Caramel brulee latte. So I'm gonna try this once it's cool enough. They give these things so hot, I don't understand why you can't even drink it.
You can get it like, if you ask for like 120, it's like kid temperature.
Didn't even know.
Yeah, you can ask for that apparently. I never did.
Got basic white girls over here.
I don't even, literally Dunkin'. Like, I didn't even do that.
About to get front row parking. Oh. Front row. Get it. Yeah, so my sister donated blood for money.
Okay, like it's something a lot of college students do, so you should do that.
I'm not gonna do that.
Do it. I almost passed out, but like honestly, just eat enough, you'll be fine. Like you'll be fine.
Good advice.
Right, yeah.
You wanna
First 2
donate
times, $75. And then refer people, get 100.
There you go. Alright, we're about to get started with this warm-up. I'm gonna do some peanut rolling. Then I'm gonna work on the band. Show you guys that, and then move into jump rope, some sprints, foam rolling. Good stuff. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer commentary, but I just really wanted to talk about and get into why I do certain mobility exercises, stretches, foam rolling techniques, and just other warm-up exercises that I do to feel good before I work out and just loosen up my muscles, warm up, and just get ready for my workout. So I don't normally do all these exercises that you'll see in this video on a typical workout day, but since today was strictly a mobility, stretching, and technique day, I did some extra work, especially with the resistance band, and here I'm using the peanut to actually get a lot deeper than a normal foam roller would. So if you guys haven't tried that, it's just 2 lacrosse balls taped together. And here I'm resting on my psoas, which connects to the lower lumbar and really helps if you want to increase your mobility in your hips. And I just found that it helped a lot when I messed up my lower back squatting, just to open up this muscle. So after I rolled down my back a little bit with the peanut, I then moved on to using a foam roller, which you guys can see here. And I just did my same warm-up technique with the foam roller just for about 10 to 15 minutes. Here I was rolling out my lats and my tricep a little bit. And then after this, I moved on to my hamstrings. And I find it's better to use the foam roller for my hamstrings instead of the peanut because it's a larger area of muscle to roll out. So because the foam roller is a little wider and longer, I could cover that muscle a lot better. And then after foam rolling, I moved on to some static stretching, which in the first static stretch I did, I crossed my right leg over my left knee and then pulled that towards my chest. And this feels really good, especially in the glute and hip area of the leg that's crossed over the opposite knee. And I held this for about 30 seconds to a minute. And this is an exercise I actually found from doing my yoga routine, and it was also reiterated when I was looking for exercises to do to help my lower back pain. And I just found that this really helps a lot, especially opening the glute and hip region of that opposite leg. After that stretch, I then just moved into pulling my knee to my chest, and I did this on each leg for about, again, 30 seconds to a minute each. And with these, I see a lot of times people do it and they bring their knee in one direction towards their chest, but I like to move it around at different angles and hold it there and hold it at different angles for, maybe 10 to 15 seconds each. So as you can see here, I'm rocking it to the inside and outside and just really hitting all parts of my groin, hip, and glute region. After my static stretches, I then moved into some resistance band work. And the band I'm using here is 75 to 100 pounds, I believe. And my first exercise with this was wrapping the resistance band around my ankle and then just leaning back as far as I can go comfortably and just relaxing that position for about 20 to 30 seconds. Just really feeling my hip open up. You can also turn to the side. And as you can see here, I'm doing some rotations with my hip just to, again, increase the mobility and loosen it up. And then I moved into some ankle mobility stretches with the resistance band. And with this one, it's good to try to keep your heel on the mat and push your knee forward without bringing your heel up. It's okay if it comes up a little bit just to get a little extra stretch, but you don't want to bring it too far to the point where you're actually feeling pain. And then after that, I actually found this stretch from Athlean X. I can put the link in the description if you guys want to check it out. But it's just wrapping the resistance band around my groin hip area and then just rocking up and back into a child's pose and just holding that for about 10 to 15 seconds. And I did this for about 10 reps. And then I moved into the pigeon pose with the resistance band wrapped in that same area. And this just helps get a deeper stretch in that pigeon pose. And you really feel this in your glute and your outer hip area. And I like to do these a lot because it helps me with my yoga stretches because I don't do those with the resistance band. So it just helps me open up my hips more and get a deeper stretch. And then after that, I moved into some hip extension exercises. And as you can see, I'm mimicking like a squat motion here. So I'm working on this to really help my squat mobility and also just open up my hips more and just get more of a stretch in there because I'm like I've said in past videos, I'm really trying to work on my hip mobility and flexibility because that's definitely my weak point right now. And if I can improve that, then it'll transfer over to improving my workouts, improving my jumping, and eventually carry over to improving my dunking overall. After my resistance band work, I moved more into my warm up, and instead of doing jump roping or sprints today, I actually did tire flips, as you could see me doing here. I actually did 4 sets of about 20 to 30 yards. And then following that, I did more mobility work for my squats, and I wrapped a 20-pound resistance band just above my knees to force me to push my knees out and keep them over my feet throughout the entire movement. And here my sister is just kind of showing me how she does them, and she's actually pretty good at keeping her knees over her feet throughout the whole movement. And she was just showing me how on my first movement I usually lean over, which I've noticed from watching my videos that my first movement is leaning over, and that's the cause of my lower back injury that happened a few weeks ago. So that's why I'm really trying to correct my squatting motion and just focus on staying more upright and really keeping my knees pushed out and really trying to engage my hips more and my glutes. And then just to do another exercise with the band around my knees, my sister put her hands up against me, and this was really hard for me to do because my first instinct was to push forward, but since her hands were against me, I was forced to kind of sit back. And by doing this, I felt like I was actually going to fall backwards because of how weak my hip mobility and how little I'm actually engaging my hips and my glutes. But when I put my hands up against her, as you could see, she was able to easily just sit back and stay up straight and keep her knees over her feet throughout the whole movement. And then I just was kind of showing, just exaggerating how when she puts her hands up against me, my first movement is to automatically just want to fall backwards because I want to push forward and lean forward because that's just what I've been used to and that's what I've been doing up to this point. So as you guys can see, I have no flexibility. So this is something I've been working on a lot, and that's why I'm like using the band here because it's like forcing me to push my hips out and keep my knees over my feet. So this is one of the exercises I've been working on a lot. As another technique exercise, my sister held one of the weighted black bars against me just to, again, force me to stay up straight. And as you can see, I just wanted to lean forward right away. So I actually ended up grabbing a 15-pound dumbbell and doing more of like a goblet squat to force me to stay more upright. And I ended up doing these a lot better with the dumbbell in my hand. But again, you can see my sister just trying to pull me back, and just to reiterate that I'm leaning forward in my first movement. So I just found that as I did more reps with these that it helped a lot, and as you can see there, I fell. So just need to put more work into these and continue to get better with them. I'm so weak. A third squat technique exercise that I worked on, we're doing overhead squats up against the wall. And I did these up against the wall because it kept me from pushing my knees too far forward, and then the fact that I was doing an overhead squat also forced me to stay more upright because I would feel the weight going forward, so I would kind of remind myself that I need to push back more. So just by doing multiple reps with these, I found that I got better at them as I did more reps, and I just kind of held the position as low as I can get without falling backwards and staying upright and keeping my knees over my feet throughout the entire motion. After the overhead squats, I just did a few more reps of the goblet squats just to get more practice with these. And then following those, I did some clean technique work. And I wasn't doing a lot of weight with these because I just wanted to focus on the step-by-step movement of it and really break it down in my head before actually doing the clean motion. So I just focused on my knees, hips, and then exploding up from there because I've been finding little things that I do wrong with these is I do more of them. And one of the biggest things that I would do is bring my knees in too quickly, so I wouldn't get as much of an explosion from my hips as I could have been. So just by doing more reps with these and really breaking it down with lighter weight, I'm able to just improve the lift overall. So to finish off my workout, I just did more static stretching, and the stretch I'm doing here, I feel like has been helping me a lot because it's really uncomfortable for me to do, and it really forces me to push my hips out and get my hips open. So I held this for about 30 seconds to a minute, and I did that for about three different sets, and then after that I did the pigeon pose, which I held that for again 30 seconds to a minute each side. And then the final stretch that I did was just putting my feet up against the wall. And this one helps a lot with stretching my groin and again opening up my hips. So these stretches I like to do after my workout because they're more of a static stretch. And today was just because today was strictly a mobility stretching and technique day. It didn't really matter where I did these, but I decided to do these at the end. And I did some at the beginning too. But normally I would do these static stretches after my workout and I would do more of the dynamic ones before. So my sister just went to the locker room because she wasn't feeling good, so I'm going to cut this a little short, but I just want to thank you guys for watching. I'm going to finish up with a couple more stretches, and I will see you guys in the next video.